For as long as we've looked at the sky, we've wanted to master it. But today, our modern success relies on brute force, fighting gravity with massive metal structures and raw chemical combustion. Yet there is a different approach to flight, one that claims we don't need external machinery at all, because the engine is already built into human biology. This concept is detailed in the Yoga Vasista, an ancient Vedic text. It records the account of Queen Shudala, a ruler who reportedly achieved levitation through the mastery of her own awareness rather than physical effort. To a modern ear, this sounds like an inspiring story rather than a set of blueprints. Is this a legend told to preserve cultural pride, or does it describe a technology we've simply forgotten how to use? The Yoga Vasista treats these accounts as technical manuals. It describes a technology of consciousness as predictable and mechanical as any physical engine. These procedures did not stay buried in antiquity. In the late 1970s, this ancient system was revived and introduced to the modern world. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi acted as the architect of this revival. Through the TM City program, he took Vedic mechanics and subjected them to the rigors of modern scientific inquiry. Researchers brought practitioners into clinical settings and attached electrodes to their scalps. They monitored their brainwaves to see exactly what was happening during these attempts at flight. Clinical study moved the practice into the realm of data. We are looking at specific, repeatable changes in human neurophysiology. Achieving liftoff begins with the mind. A practitioner must first access a completely silent, stabilized state of pure consciousness, a state the texts call Brahman. Once that deep internal silence is established, a specific physiological trigger fires in the brain fractions of a second before the body moves. This is global EEG coherence. Normally, different brain regions fire at chaotic, localized frequencies, but right before liftoff, these waves suddenly synchronize into a single, unified rhythm. This allows maximum neurological efficiency. A specific mental impulse can then transmit through the nervous system with perfect coordination. The text suggests that when the mind is this quiet and unified, a single impulse of will can neutralize the downward pull of gravity. Liftoff becomes a structural byproduct of perfect inner silence. It is important to clarify the physical reality of this today. Practitioners are not yet hovering over cities or floating through the clouds. What we observe is the first stage of the process. The body moves forward and upward in a series of short, energetic hops while remaining in the lotus position. The engine driving these hops is a mental procedure called samyama. It is a technique of channeling intention to vital points in the body to generate physical lift. This follows the logic of the unified field in physics. The quietest levels of nature hold the greatest potential energy. Similarly, the deepest silence of the human mind can generate the most explosive physical dynamism. Mastering these stages is an exercise in translating absolute stillness into precise outer action. Why would someone dedicate years to learning how to hop across a foam mat? The Yoga Vasista outlines a purpose for this technology that goes beyond the individual. It was designed as an administrative tool to help leaders govern without creating societal stress. This is achieved through superradiance, or the Maharishi effect. It describes the power generated when yogic flyers practice together in large groups. A group practicing together multiplies their brainwave coherence, creating a field of orderliness that radiates outward. This tracks mathematically. As the group's unified field strengthens, it neutralizes societal stress, directly reducing conflict across the population. Viewed this way, personal enlightenment functions as a direct, measurable mechanism for global harmony. The goal of this practice is not to fly away and escape the physical world, but to permanently alter its foundation. History has shown that brute force cannot create lasting peace, but synchronized harmony is a documented phenomenon in nature. The unified human mind may be the technology required to replicate that harmony in our own societies. If these principles hold, world peace may not require a political treaty, simply an applied collective science of consciousness.